Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, all right, all right. Let's check and see. Make sure we are live on the YouTube for you and me. Yes, sir. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. There we go. There we go, right there. Okay. Beautiful. Audio's working. Good. Good, good, good. Perfect. All right. There we go. Right there. Let me fix the little glitch over here. Boom. Get that fixed. Right there. Because it always does that thing. All right. There we go. It's fixed. All right. All right. Let's see. I sound like Quagmire when I say, all right, giggity. Yeah. That's what it sounds like. All right. That's actually where I got it from. I got it from Matthew McConaughey, and I also got it from Quagmire from Family Guy. That's where I got, all right. All right. Let me get this over here. Boom. Get that all set up. Get everything set up on X. All right. I already got 3 baggers, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. BNKK is the 3rd bagger. We called that one early in the morning. Ran up a nice 115%. Literally just like a few minutes ago it did that. Bagation. Bagation. Ish. All right, there we go. There we go. There we go. There we go again. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, there we go. There we go. All set up there. Let me get the announcements ready to go. All right. All right. Get this set up over here. Get this set up right here. Boom. Right there. Bop right here. Boom. Get that set up. Get that set up right there. And everyone. All right. There we are. All right. There. Get this all set up over here. Boom. All right. Just getting all the announcements out, ladies and gentlemen. Just getting all the announcements out. But how are you guys doing today? Hope you guys are having a wonderful Thursday. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Thursday. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. All right. There we go. All right. Get this over here. Boom. Beautiful. Let's get that there. Bop right there. All right. And get this over here. Boom. All set. Ready to go. Ready to rock. There we are. All right. Wonderful. Wonderful. All right. Get get the setup over here. Send it out. Bop, right there. And the setup over here. Bop, right there. All right. All right. All right. So we're all set and ready to go here. All set and ready to go. Beautiful. All right, let's get this intro started over here. What's up, guys? It's Double Nicks, and welcome to another episode of Microcap Mornings. I am your host with the most. They call me DBL Nicks in the house, aka the Rainmaker. And I am here with the lovely Serengeti specialist herself. She likes to hang around the tall weeds, the high trees, the low seas, hitting them high knees. Sometimes she likes 2 cups of coffee. Other times she likes to jet ski. Other times she likes to regular ski. Other times she gets shot out the cannon and she goes, wee! Other times she likes to go to RBs and watch videos of puppies and kitties. Other times, she likes to go into the stock market and she'll find them ABCDs. After all, she did call some wonderful stocks like SPHL, BNKK, and ATPC. We call her DBL Moms! There we go. That's what we got going on, folks. That's what we got going on. Obviously, it's your boy DBL Nicks in the house, aka the Rainmaker. The Rainmaker. Yes, sir. And right now, we're just getting ourselves all set and ready to go. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, before we begin, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as ring that bell icon to stay notified when new videos are uploaded. And remember to share, because sharing is caring, ladies and gentlemen. Sharing is caring. And of course, if you want access to our private Discord, link to join us in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check that out. We pick a lot of baggers a lot of times. We are just made different, and the early bird gets the cash, the moolah, the loot, the cashola, the big bucks, I tell you. Yes, sir. All right. So we got ourselves all set up and ready to go. We got quite a few wonderful stonks that we have called. We called quite a few baggers today, ladies and gentlemen. Called quite a few baggers. Be sure to check out our 4-day trial for the real-time alerts and scanners for only $9.99. Again, link to join us in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section, so be sure to check that out. We pick a lot of baggers a lot of times, and you get access to all the market mover scanners, the news scanners. You get access to the ticker tape, which is another scanner, as well as access to the wonderful community of people that are basically all supportive. They are wonderful, wonderful people. They basically love to build each other up. They love to build themselves up. They love to basically just grow as a whole community. It's a very positive environment, very wonderful environment. Much love to them. Shout out to the Indelibles. We love you guys. We love all y'all. All y'all. So yeah, that's what we love. We love. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. All right. We called a couple of stonks today. We called SPHL, which ran up a nice 372%. Called it on the private Discord. Prior to its run. All right, let me actually put this here. All right, so we called SPHL prior to its run up 372% on the private Discord. We called it early in the morning, and we actually got over here. All right. This wonderful stunk right here, SPHL. Hold on, let me just put this over here. Boom. Get that there. All right. But yes, we called SPHL prior to its 372% run on our private Discord. and it ran up, as we could tell you, 372% at the highest. Right now it's up 267%, but before it was 372%, and yeah, made a lot of money on that stock right there. Made a lot of money on that right there. So got that going on right there. We called ATPC Alpha Tango Papa Charlie. All right. That one ran up a nice 105%. We also called that one prior to its 105% run on our private Discord. So yeah, link to join in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section. Check it out. Check it out, ladies and gentlemen. We called ATPC, ran up 105%. We called BNKK, called that one as well. That one ran up 115%, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we got going on. We just got it like that. You got it like that. We got it like that. Can't nobody do it like us, man. They don't get the runners like we do. They don't get the baggers like we do, man. Nah. Nah, they don't have the PhD like we do. They ain't got the PhD. They ain't got the PhD like that. Nah. Yeah, Bangernomics. Bangernomics. I got the PhD in Bangernomics from Big Bang College, BBC. I got that BBC degree. All right, there we go. That's what I like to see right there. BNKK ran up a nice 115%. Called it prior to its run. It ran up that high, and then it pulled back, obviously, but it did have that nice high run up. We called it prior to the run up, obviously, so we got that going on right there. All right, a little bit of a panic going on for this stock right here. Moved, kind of consolidated a little bit over here. Bop right there at the $4.39 mark over here, and then we called it again over here. Bop right there at the 575 mark, and then it made the pennant right here. Bop right there. So we got that going on right there. That is what we got going on, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Bangernomics. Bangernomics. Whoop, whoop. Okay. So BNKK currently has a pennant. And it is moving above the VWAPA as of now. Fell below the VWAP for a temporary amount of time. Temporarily, it fell below the VWAP, but it curled back up a little bit and is basically going towards the pennant right there. So BNKK needs to break that pennant. Already broke the VWAPA. So we got that going on right there. That is what we got going on. Bop right there. All right. SPHL. Let's take a look at SPHL. All right. SPHL, as of now, had a nice run up 372%. Pulled back, obviously, because eventually these stocks do pull back. It was a bit overbought in the RSI. Pulled back. Now is no longer overbought in the RSI. It's leaning towards it, but it's not there. All right. And, oh, we got a question from Ogba. I'll call you Ogbo. Ogbo Naokoro. He says, for one who is not in the USA and can't use PayPal, how can we pay for the Discord? Oh, very simple. All right. We have another method for paying for the Discord. I'll actually put it in the chat over here. We do have a couple of methods. So we have, yeah, we have WAP. So we have that. But unfortunately, on WAP, we don't have the 4-day trial on WAP, so there's that. But we do have WAP, so we got that going on right there. 1 second, let me get you the link for it. All right. All right, 1 second, 1 second. All right. All right. Give me 1 second, 1 second. Hold on. Let me get that for you. Yeah, because you got WAP. That's normally how we have our people who are unable to access PayPal pay. Only downside is it doesn't have the 4-day trial, but you get access to the real-time alerts and scanners, all the benefits. You get access to it, all of it for 1 month. So it is You know, it's obviously a monthly subscription. Yeah, it's restricted to PayPal only, unfortunately. But that's how it is, you know? Yeah. All right. Here we are. There you go. Here you go. Right here. Yeah, it's only PayPal. It's PayPal only. All right. So, here you go. There we are. That's how you get. All right. Yes. Yes. Unfortunately, it is only restricted to PayPal. Yes. All right. So, as of now, we got SPHL, which is currently it moved its way on up over here. Bot right there. Where are you from, by the way, Ogbo, if you don't mind my asking? Just out of curiosity. All right. But SPHL is currently moved its way on up and is now kind of consolidating above the VWAP, but it is starting to kind of tilt towards the downward trend there. It's like fighting to keep above the VWAP right now. It needs volume to stay above the VWAP right now, but SPHL did have a nice run, 372% earlier in the day. Now it is basically down to 281%. All right, but it has the pennant right over here. Boom, got that going on right there. Unconfirmed H1 earnings for 12 days from now on January 27th before the market open. So we got that going on right there. That is what we got going on, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, yeesh. Got that going on right there. We got it like that. You got it like that. We got it like that. All right. So, SPHL needs to break the pennant. Needs to break the pennant for it to be somewhat schmexy to Mya. Has to break that pennant, ladies and gentlemen. Has to break that pennant right there. All right, all right, all right. So, SPHL needs volume to break the pennant right there, ladies and gentlemen. Needs to break that pennant. Needs volume to break that pennant. NITO came in. Let's see what happened. It popped and then it dropped. Not looking too schmexy right there. NITO needs volume. Needs volume to stay relevant to me. NITO needs volume. Popped and then dropped. All right. NITO needs volume. Popped and then dropped right there. ILAG. Let's see about ILAG. ILAG. Choppy, low volume. Not looking too schmexy right there. ILAG. ILAG. Choppy with low volume. Needs volume to break the choppy pattern. Bop right there. AUID seems to be moving its way on up. Moving on up 64%. Up 64%. Has a float of 13 million. Volume of 24 million. So we got that going on right there. Got that going on right there, ladies and gentlemen. Got that going on. All right. So, yeah. AUID on the uptrend. Needs to remain friends with the trend right there. AUID on a very nice uptrend right now. So we got that going on right there. AUID doing its thing. All right. We got CGTL. How's CGTL doing? CGTL has a 1 million float, 3 million volume. That's good. That means that the volume is higher than the float. It's having a bit of a choppy uptrend, but it is starting to climb its way on up a little bit, little by little. But it needs to remain friends with the trend, and it looks like it found resistance right over here at the $3.53 mark, right over Mya, right there. Bop, right there. So it has found resistance at $3.53. Has to break the resistance line for it to be somewhat schmexy to me. Needs to remain friends with the trend. CGTL needs to remain friends with the trend and break the resistance line. All right. Needs to remain friends with that trend. Needs to stay above that VWAP. Break that resistance line for it to be so much Mexi to Mya. That's what we need. That is what we need. All right. ATPC, ATPC. Let's see how ATPC is looking. ATPC has shot up but went back down. So we have that going on right there. Hold on. Let me just get rid of this real quick. All right. There we go. All right. So ATPC, as of now, had the nice shot upward over here. Fell back down over here, formed a bit of a pennant right over here, but it is below the VWAP right over here. So we got that going on right there. It's not overbought or oversold in the RSI. ATPC, as of now, is has a 49 million float, which is a bit heavy, but the volume is 235 million, so it does have the volume for it. It just really needs to curl off that pennant right there. So as of now, ATPC just needs to curl off that pennant, break the VWAP. ATPC needs to curl off the pennant and break the VWAP for it to be so much Mexi to Mya. It does have a lot of volume, but it needs more clearly. AUID has a 13 million float, 29 million volume, still on the uptrend, still vibing, still moving up 71%. Let me get some support and resistance lines on this one right here. Actually, hold on right there. All right, let's see. AUID up 69%. Has to hold above 158. Needs to break through 177 for it to be so much Mexi to Mya. There we go. There we go. All right. AUID needs to break the resistance. Needs to break the resistance. Testing the high of day. There we go. AUID testing the high of day. It's breaking through it right there. 79%. Looking nice right now. It broke through it. Broke through it a little bit. It's already trying to break through the new high of day. Yes, it is. It broke through it again just a little bit. It's slowly but surely climbing its way on up. 80%. There we go. Look at that. 83% right now. And climbing its way on up. Has to break $1.84 right there. It is testing it right now. It broke through 86%. There we go. That's what I like to see. All right, let me put this up here. Bop needs to break $1.85. Needs to break $1.85. Needs to break that $1.85, ladies and gentlemen. Come on now. Needs to break that $1.85. Yes. Come on now. And it broke through it. It's up 89% now. 89% and climbing. AUID.
Market's heating up, baby.
And market's heating up right there. Yes, sir.
Heat over there.
All right. AUID 93. I think it was 93% at one point. 93%. I saw in my peripherals. 92% right now. 99%.
Oh my.
Oh my. It's testing that high. Testing that high. Up, it's pulling back a little bit. Has to hold above 176. Needs to break through $2. $2. Come on now. Come on now. It's on that uptrend right there. Come on now. It's getting a little extended. We gotta see it. We gotta see it break that $2 mark though. Break that $2 mark and become Schmexy to Mya. Come on now. AUID. Come on now. All right. AUID broke the high of day, hit 99%. AUID broke the high of day and hit 99% right there. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. So AUID, that's what we got going on right there. Mike Pruitt asks, when do you buy an AUID? I can't really give that information because I'm not a stock advisor. I'm not licensed to do that stuff. So I don't do that stuff. I don't tell people when to buy, when to sell. I don't do any of that because that would be illegal. So we don't do that. But what I can say is that currently it is up. It does have support and resistance lines over here. Right now, right now it does have support at the $1.76 line over here, has resistance at the $2 line over here, and it looks like it's forming a bit of a resistance right here at the $1.88 mark. Has to hold above 176. Needs to break 188, then needs to break that $2 mark. But it did hit a nice high of 99%, so we got that going on right there. So, yeah, that's what we got going on so far. AUID, currently it is doing its thing right there. And it is testing that support line, though, so it looks like it's starting to pull back a little bit. It is a bit overbought in the RSI. So because it's overbought in the RSI, it kind of makes sense. Hey, this is what's going on. All right, so it is a bit overbought in the RSI. That's what we got going on right there. That is what we got going on so far. So AUID needs to break the resistance line. AUID needs to break the resistance line. Bless you, coach. All right, so AUID hit 99%, pulled back. Now it's down to 77%. So that's what we got going on right there. The stock went up really nicely. It had a float of 13 million, volume of 40 million, but right now it's just pulling back. Can it curl back up? We'll see what happens, but right now it's a bit overbought in the RSI, so it kind of makes sense that it's going to, kind of compensate for being overbought by pulling back a little bit. So we'll see what happens. We shall see what happens. Hopefully it holds above this 176 line over here. This is the support line right here. There's resistance over here at $2. There's resistance over here at $1.88. Has to break $1.88. Has to break $2 for it to really be so much maxi to meh. Otherwise, meh. So we got that going on right there. That is what we got going on right there. Let's get a share party going, by the way. Let's get the 400, ladies and gentlemen. Come on now. Let's get the 400. Let's get it. All right. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, by the way, do you think AUID could potentially break the $100 mark? Do you think it could? Put it in the chat. Ladies and gentlemen. Let me see what you think here. AUID, do you think it can curl back up and break the 100 mark right there? What you think? All right. All right. What do you guys think, ladies and gentlemen? Do you think AUID can break 100%? All right. What do you guys think, ladies and gentlemen? Do you think AUID can break 100%? Put it in the chat. Ladies and gentlemen. Tell me what you guys think. Do you think AUID can break 100%? 100? All right. Do you think it can? Let's see. Let's see what you guys think. You be the judge. Ladies and gentlemen. What you guys think? Tell me. Let me know. What you think. All right. All right. There we go. Boom, right there. Let me know what you guys think. Put it in the chat. Let's see what you guys think. Do you think it could go up? Do you think it could go down? Right now, it's pulling back a little bit because it is a bit overbought on the RSI. Do you think it could potentially curl back up, though? It's possible. I don't see why not. CJMB just shot up. Let's see what's going on with CJMB. What's going on with that? Oh, my. Just shot up 268%. I mean, new bagger, but still, wow. Okay. All right. SPHL also shot up here. All right. SPHL and CJMB both shot up to the 200s. All right. Alrighty. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Take a look at that. CJMB. Hold on. Stand by, ladies and gentlemen. CJMB. New bagger. All right. I guess we got two new baggers. Okay. Hey, I'll take it. All right. I bet. Okay. All right. Say less. Say less. I'll take that. I'll take that all day. I'll take that all day. SPHL is obviously still like 235% now. It pulled back. We already called that. It ran up 372%. But CJMB, that's a new one. CJMB. Oh, I need a pen. I need a pen, ladies and gentlemen. I need a pen. Let me get my pens over here. Because DVO moms keep stealing mine. CJMB up 256%. BC, hey, Julian, good morning, man. He says, busy morning. Yeah, brother. Yes, sir. 256%. All right. New bagger. New bagger. Popped up, but new bagger. Nonetheless. New bagger, ladies and gentlemen. CJMB. Called it. Oh, yeah. We got BNKK. We called BNKK prior to a 115% run on the private Discord. Yes, sir. We did do that. We did catch that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. As of now, CJMB does have a bit of a resistance right there. A little bit of resistance. But it did shoot up to 256% right there. 268%, excuse me. 268% right there. CJMB. New bagger. Popped up. 268% right there. CJMB. New bagger popped up 268%. There we go. There we go. That's what we got going on. That is what we got going on right there. SPHL. How's SPHL doing? SPHL. It's kind of moving sporadic right now. It's tweaking out a little bit. SPHL. It's tweaking out a little bit. It's trying to stay above the VWAP right now, but man, not a big fan of SPHL right now. It had a nice run earlier in the day. It ran up 372%, but now it's just tweaking. Now it's just tweaking out. That's all I'm saying. It's tweaking out a little bit there. SPHL. Trying to fight to stay above the VWAP. All right, there we go. Julian says, morning, everybody. Morning, brother. Good morning. Good morning. Hope you're having a wonderful morning, man. Hope you are having a wonderful morning. Hope you got that coffee. Un cafecito. Speaking of which, I need something to drink too. I need some orange juice. You know what? Ladies and gentlemen, I'll be right back. I just gotta get myself something to drink real quick. I'll be right back, actually. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am back. I'm back. Let's see what's going on over here. Got my orange juice, just chilling. Let's see what's going on here. Did AUID try to curl up? AUID, what's going on with it? AUID trying to test that resistance right there. AUID, I leave you alone for like, I don't know, a minute or two. AUID, and you're already trying to test the resistance. All right, testing the resistance line. AUID testing that resistance line right there. All right. That's some good stuff right there. Ooh. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, AUID trying to test the resistance line right there. We'll see what happens there. ATPC currently needs to break that pennant right there. Needs to break the pennant right there. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens here. Still needs to break that pennant. ATPC kind of consolidated along the pennant. ATPC needs to break the consolidation and the pennant right there. Boom, right there. All right. That's what we got going on. Boom. There we go. All right. So now we got CJMB, which is currently up 191%. CJMB, again, had that nice shot upward, but then kind of started pulling back. It was a price spike, but it did have some good volume on it. Volume is 13 million. Float was 1 million. It shot up. Had news that Callan JMB shares are trading higher after the company announced it signed a strategic teaming agreement with BioStacks Corp DBA Attune, doing business as Attune Biotech, to provide comprehensive federal oversight services. So they signed a contract and everything's looking schmexy. But right now, CJMB needs to had that price spike, but needs to curl above the VWAP for it to remain somewhat schmexy to me. CJMB needs to break the VWAP right there. It needs to break that VWAP. Had that nice shot upward, but it needs to break that VWAP. It needs to follow through. It was a bit overbought in the RSI right over here, bop right there, but now is leaning towards going towards not being overbought in the RSI right now. So it's going and compensating for that. That's some good stuff. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I love me some orange juice, man. What you guys think? Orange juice with the pulp or without the pulp? I like it with the pulp, man. I like it with the pulp. It's just that good. I like it with the pulp. Some people don't like it with the pulp. I like it with the pulp. All right. Let's see here. Let's see what other stocks we got over here. All right. We got SPHL. How's SPHL holding up? SPHL. Right now, still trying to stay above that VWAP, but it is falling below it, and then it's trying to fight. It's trying to fight its way above it right now, but it needs to break above that pennant right there. Doesn't look like it's going to hold that though, so we'll see what happens. But as of now, SPHL needs volume. Needs volume. SPHL needs volume to stay above the VWAP right there. That's what it needs. Needs some volume. Needs volume love right there for it to be so much schmexy to me. Otherwise, not looking too schmexy right there. All right. Let's see about AUID. Oh my, new bagger. AUID up 114%. There we go. Finally. Yes, sir. AUID is now up 115% right there. AUID, new bagger, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, my. Getting bagger after bagger after bagger. Already called 5 of these. AUID up My pen's running out of ink again. Yeah. Let's try this one. AUID up 115% right there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Now there we go. AUID new bagger shot up 115%, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Shot up 115%. New bagger. There we go. Another one, ladies and gentlemen. Another one. Another one. Call me DJ Cali because I just found another one. There we go. That's what I like. That's what I like. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. There we go. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. All right. ATPC. ATPC looks like it's trying to curl above the pennant right now. And it looks like it's trying to test that VWAP right there. ATPC curling off the pennant. ATPC curling off the pennant and trying to test the VWAP. There we go, right there. All right. Julian says, another one. Yeah, man, another one. Another one. Yes, sir. Another one. All right. Yep. That's what we got going on right there. AUID. How's AUID holding up? AUID, it went back up, went back down. It's still got that resistance over there, so it has to move past that right there. So AUID as of now has resistance at 221, needs to break 229, hold above 198 for it to be somewhat schmexy to mya. Has to hold above 198, has to break through that 221 and then break that 229. That's what it needs to do right there for it to be somewhat schmexy to mya, for it to remain schmexy to mya right there. Otherwise, not looking schmexy. You know what I mean? Not looking schmexy at all right there. ATPC still got that, still trying to curl off that pennant right there. Testing the VWAP. ATPC testing the VWAP right there. All right. Boom. All right. CGTL. Let's see how CGTL is doing. CGTL still had that slightly choppy uptrend, but it is it's moving on up. It is moving on up 52% right now. CGTL is moving on up 52% and slowly climbing. It is on the uptrend right now. CGTL on a slow uptrend, but it is on an uptrend. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 800. Let's get to 800. Come on now. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's like it up. Like it up. Like it up. Yes, sir. Let's go. Yes, sir. AUID. How's AUID holding up? AUID up 111%. 114. Come on now. AUID. Come on now. 115. There we go. 116. There we go. Come on. 119. There we go. Come on now. You're up 119. Don't stop now. Don't stop now. Don't stop now. Come on. 120. There we go. There we go. That's what I like to see. Come on now. 120. There we go. There we go. 124. There we go. There we are. All right. Come on. Come on. 124. You had it. You got it. 125. There we go. Lift it off. Lift it off. There we go. Come on. 125. There we go. 134. That's what I'm talking about right there. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. 134. 134. 136. There we go. That's what I'm talking about right there. 136. There we go. All right. All right. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about right there. 136. Yes, sir. Now got a new higher day. Yes, sir. 136 now. Yes. Yes. 136. All right, there we go. See, look what I tell you. That's the power of the orange juice right there. That's that good stuff. Oh, all right. AUID, AUID. 137 now, 139 now. It's climbing back up. 139. Come on. Break 140. Break 140. And apparently, hey, look, the guys that said yes on it were right. I asked, hey, ladies and gentlemen, I asked earlier in the day, what do you guys think? Do you think AUID could break 100%? And guess what? It did. It did. It did, man. It did. Ooh. Yeah. It was an 80-20 split there, ladies and gentlemen. It was 83-17 right now. 83-17 right now. There we go. Look at that. I mean, obviously the poll is sort of over now because it ran up. It broke that 100. Whoa, what happened here while I was looking away? What happened while I was looking away? What happened? I looked away for 5 seconds. What happened? Oh my. Oh my. Did it break 140? It broke 140. It broke 140. Oh my. Oh my. It hit 141. Ha! AUID. New high of day. AUID. New high of day. Up 141% right there. There we go. There we go right there. All right. Everybody happy. Two Wheel Pursuits asks, what price is a good entry for BYND? I can't give you an entry, but I can give you an analysis. So let me get an analysis on BYND while we keep an eye on AUID. AUID, as of now, is currently up. BYND, excuse me, is currently up 1% right now. BYND. It is a fan favorite. I will give it that, but it hasn't had much history of having volume as of late. So as of now, I'm going to give you support and resistance lines right over here. So it does have support over here at the 97-cent mark over here. Has to break through the 97-cent mark right over here, though, because right below it is currently below the VWAP right now. So VWAP is at 98 cents. So what it's going to want to do, it's going to want to go past that 98-cent mark to break through the VWAP and continue to curl upward. But BYND does not have much in terms of volume, so we got that going on right there. So, yesh, we got that going on right there. That's what we got going on. BYND. BYND. All right. BYND needs there. All right. So as of now, BYND needs more volume, has to break above that 97 and 98-cent mark for it to really be so much Mexi to me. That's what it needs to do right there. All right, let's see. Ooh, we're getting requests. Okay, Legal Industry Support asks, open, please. Okay, yeah, OPN, open. Let's take a look at open. All right, so open as of now doesn't have much volume. A lot of indecisive wicks going on here. Looks like it has an inverted cup and handle if you look real close. So let me get this over here. Hold on. Bop, right there. Let me get this. All right, so it's going to be a bit of a inverted cup and handle right here, actually. So let me get this over here. Boom, boom, right there. This looks like an inverted cup and handle, which is a bearish pattern. Regular cup and handle is a bullish pattern, but this looks like a bearish pattern right here. So OPEN as of now is up 0.6%, but it is below the VWAP, needs volume, and it looks like an inverted cup and handle. So OPEN looks like an inverted cup and handle bear pattern, needs volume to break it, and the VWAPA. So that's what we got going on right there. Open needs some volume. Really needs volume right there. All right. Let's see. BC says AUID inverted cup and handle. Let's take a look. AUID. How's AUID holding up? AUID. Okay. All right. On the uptrend still right now, but let's see. Could it potentially be an inverted cup and handle? We shall see. We shall see. Yeah, it's got to really break that. Hold on. It's got to really break that. Oh, it's got to break the 248 right there as well. Has to break that 248. Has to break 235, but has to break 248, which is right over here for it to really be so much Mexi Tumya. So it has to break the 248 line because the 248 line is the high of day right there. I think it could still go up, but what do you guys think, man? Put it in the chat. What do you think? What do you think? Me personally, I think it could continue to go up. I think it has the ability to potentially go up. It is a bit overbought in the RSI though, so I'm keeping an eye on it. I'm gonna keep it weary, but as of now, AUID has that power. It needs volume, though. Yes, it does. It needs volume. Needs volumation. Needs volume love. But yes, I might actually change the poll to say, do you think it could break 200? Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we got over here. Do you think AUID could break 100%? 83% said yes. Yep, and AU and 17% said no. Julian, yeah, I think he might be right. Truthfully, he might be. It's extended. All right, all right. Yeah, it looks like it's pulling back a little bit right now. Auth ID shares are trading higher after the company announced an integration with ServiceNow. So basically, they integrated with another company, and that's what they got going on right there. That's what they got going on. So, what do you guys think? Do you think AUID can continue to go up? Do you think it can continue to go up?
It's pulling back right now. It's pulling back, yo.
All right. All right. So what do you guys think? Do you think AUID could continue to go up, or do you think it's going to drop like it's hot? What do you think it's going to do? What do you think it's going to do? Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Do you think AUID could go to the moon, or do you think it's going to drop it like it's hot? Drop it like it's hot? Drop it like it's hot? All right. What do you think? What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat right there. All right. Let's see here. Oh, Marty asked for ASST. ASST. All right. Let me just put over here AUID. AUID needs to hold the support line. There we go. That's what it needs to do, ladies and gentlemen. That's what it needs to do. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. AUID, as of now, needs to break that little bit of resistance right over there at the $2.25 mark over here. Needs to break that. It needs to hold above the 213 support line right over here. It needs to do that, ladies and gentlemen. It needs to do that right there. Let's get a share party going, by the way. Let's get to 1100. 1100. And ladies and gentlemen, be sure to check out our 4-day trial for the real-time alerts and scanners for only $9.99. Link to join us in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check that out. We pick a lot of baggers a lot of times. We are just made different, and the early bird gets the cash. Now, Marty asked for ASST. Hello, Marty. All right, let's get ASST up here. All right, so ASST, as of now, not looking too schmexy to me because it is currently very barcoded, low volume, not looking too schmexy to me as of now. So I would say ASST needs a lot of volume for it to be remotely schmexy to me. ASST needs volume to prove its love to me right there. It needs volume to break the bar coding as of now. So ASST doesn't really have much volume. So not looking too schmexy there to me. Let's see what else we got. All right. Two-wheeled pursuit says, thank you. Our pleasure, man. Our pleasure. Always, always. Julian says, I meant at the bottom before it broke out. Yeah. I know what you mean, brother. I know. I understand. I personally don't know if it'll break, if it'll continue AUID. I hope it does. I truly do, but I don't think it will because it did shoot up. Now it's kind of pulling back. But you know how these stocks are. Sometimes they'll shoot up, pull back, and then they'll shoot up higher. So it's possible. It is possible. Two-wheel pursuits is my favorite growth stock right now. Is SoundHound AI, but I'm trying to diversify into other growth stocks. Yeah, man, I get it. I understand. You know, as of now, stocks that are growing, you know, growth stocks are very popular. There's a lot of different sectors out there that are starting to become a bit more popular these days. I think the AI sector definitely. But what do you guys think? What other stock sectors do you think are getting more popularized? I think the drone sector is. I think like the weapons sector, because there are certain ones that like there are certain stocks that are companies that make weapons. There are ones that make do AI, which yeah, AI is becoming more and more popular. A lot of stuff going on with AI, so I think they're doing stuff with that. Crypto, I think they're doing stuff with that. I think they're doing all sorts of crazy stuff. You know what I mean? I think they're doing all sorts of crazy stuff. Two-wheel pursuits thinks he's going to go up, but not in a straight line. I could go. I could vibe with that. 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 I don't think it'll go in a straight line. I agree. I don't think if it does go up, I don't think it would go in a straight line. I think I concur with that. I think it would. I think right now it's probably pulling back because it is a bit overbought in the RSI. So normally when it's overbought in the RSI, it pulls back a little bit to kind of compensate. So it's potentially going to do that right there. So we'll see what happens. We shall see what happens. Right now, I'm going to put a little bit of a descending wedge right over here. See if it holds the descending wedge. If it doesn't, that means to me that it's probably going to go down. So AUID has to hold above that 191 mark. Broke below the 213 mark right there. So we'll see what happens there. Two-wheel pursuit says batteries. Batteries. Yeah, I agree. Batteries are very important. Batteries are very important. You know, a lot of people seem to, you know, not really understand the fact that, yeah, you know, here's the thing. Like when the power goes out, which sometimes it does, right? Batteries are going to be very important, right? Julian says energy, defense, agriculture, and mining. Definitely. Definitely. Everybody, you know, energy for sure, especially things like oil, minerals, things of that nature, definitely. Defense, most definitely. You know, drone making stocks that make drones, stocks that make, you know, companies that make drones, companies that make, you know, different types of weapons and stuff like that. Those guys are going to be making, you know, bank. Agriculture, most definitely agriculture, because a lot of people need food, and you know, I need food. I like my hamburgers, man. I like my hamburgers. You know what I mean? I like my hamburgers, not with the mustard on it. All right, mustard goes on your weenie, not your burger. But here's the thing: Coach always says that, but you know what I'm gonna say? You know what I'm gonna say? The Big Mac sauce, he loves the Big Mac sauce. We all love the Big Mac sauce, but it is made with mustard, so you know. Sometimes you got to sacrifice for the greater good, I suppose, you know? And mining, yes, definitely mining. Mining for sure. Precious minerals, precious things like that. Gold, silver, those, especially gold and silver, they're going up like crazy. I think we started off the year with gold and silver. Gold and silver was basically, how do I put it? It started off at $30. I think it started off this year at around $30. I'm pretty sure it went up to around $80 now. So it's moving up. Gold and silver, those things are going up too. So that's going crazy. I think crypto as well. Crypto for sure. I think right now crypto is pulling back a little bit, but I wouldn't be surprised if it goes back up because it is something that a lot of people could potentially use. So you know, it's very useful. It's very, very useful. Yeah. Let's see. Picks and what does it say? Picks and picks picks and shovels. Yeah, picks and shovels for sure. Hey, that's what you need to mind, man. Okay. Ogbo asks, does the 4-day trial include weekends and holidays? Yes. Yes. It basically what it does is you get the trial for the 4 days after you sign up. So for the 4 days, it doesn't really matter if it's like weekends, holidays, doesn't matter. It's still gonna those are still gonna be part of that 4 day. So yeah, that's what they got going on right there. So that is going to be part of the 4 day. That'll be part of the 4 day, definitely. All right. Looks like a double bottom forming right over here on AUID. Looks like it's trying to curl its way on up a little bit. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I think Two Wheel Pursuits might be onto something. All right. Oh, we'll take a look at XPON for you as well, man. We'll take a look at XPON as well for you. So as of now, AUID currently looks like it's trying to bounce off this little support line right over here at $2, and it looks like it's trying to test that 213. So we'll see what happens right there. We'll see what happens right there as well. Let's take a look over here. All right, AUID. Let me just put this in here. AUID trying to bounce off support. Needs to break above the descending wedge pattern right there. So if it could break that, that'd be great. If it could break that, that'd be awesome. It's testing the 213 mark right now. Looks like it's trying to curl its way up a little bit. I think Two Wheel might be onto something because I think he said straight up it might not be a straight line, but I think it might go up. I think it's possible. I think it's entirely possible that could happen because it is testing it right now. So we'll see what happens. We shall see. But there's also a possibility that Julian might be right too because he said that it might just pull back and that's that. So I mean, it's possible. Stocks like this have a history of doing that. So not exactly, entirely impossible. All right. So let's see here. First things first, XPON. Let's take a look at that stock first. All right. Now, XPON has a lot of indecisive wicks over here. Not a lot going on in terms of volume. That's what this tells me. When you see indecisive wicks like this, that means low volume. Not looking too schmexy right here. Let's take a look at the float. Float is 9.6 million. Volume is 10,000. So the volume is a lot less than the float. That's not a good sign right there. Let's take a look at the news. Let's see what it's got going on. They had something coming up 2 days ago. A Form 8 was filed, but other than that, not a lot going on in terms of news. So it doesn't have much going on in terms of news. Hold on right here. Let me actually refresh. Give me the refresh right there. There we go. Yeah, XPON doesn't have much in terms of volume as of now. So it is very choppy. A lot of indecisive wicks. Needs volume. Lots of indecisive wicks. So it needs volume. It needs a lot of volume, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's see here. All right, Two Wheel Pursuit says there's a new lithium processing facility being built in Oklahoma. The company is called Stardust Power, SDST. Sure, let's take a look at it. SDST. So this is Stardust Power Inc. All right, so Stardust Power Inc. as of now, right now, currently below the VWAP. And while it is being built, that is awesome. That is great for them. I hope that they make a lot of money as well. The thing is that it is very low on volume. A lot of indecisive wicks over here, a lot of indecisive wicks over here. It's very sporadic with the price action. So as of now, it's very, very choppy. Not a lot going on here in terms of volume, so it needs volume to break that VWAP right there. I'll even get you the support and resistance lines right here. Has support at the, hold on, stand by, right over here. Has support at the $3.73 mark right over here. Has to break above 380, which it looks like it's trying to break above. Has to break 385 as well. Has to break where the VWAP is, which is all the way up here, but we'll get to that. Has to break 390, 396. Has to break the VWAP at 399, and then has to break 406. So it's got a ways to go before it can really go up. So SDST needs a lot of volume, a lot of indecisive wicks, very choppy. SDST as of now, needs some volume for it to become somewhat schmexy to me. So, as of now, SDST needs volume to break choppiness and resistance lines. So it needs to break those resistance lines for it to be so much schmexy to me. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So we got that going on. IPW. IPW. Let's see how IPW is going. Not a lot going on in terms of volume. I can tell just by looking at it. It shot up on some low volume. I can tell. Float is 597,000. Volume is 205,000. So the volume is lower than the float. Not looking too schmexy in that regard. Looks like we got the bell going the ringy dingy in about 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Yes, both are ground floor opportunities. Okay. Yeah. I believe you, brother. I believe you. I believe you. I think yes, make money, man. Make money. Make money. Look, if SDST makes you money, man, I got no complaints. I got no complaints. You know what I mean? I got no complaints. IPW as of now,
It popped and dropped.
yeah, popped and dropped, shot up on low volume and then dropped back down. Fell below the VWAP. Not looking too schmexy right now. IPW as of now needs to break the VWAPA. Moved up on low volume. Needs volume. It needs volume. Needs volume. That's what it needs. Needs volume. Just keep it simple. It needs volume. So that's what we got going on for IPW. Needs volume as of now. All right, let's see what we got going on with AUID. AUID. Let's see how what we got going on over here. So, all right. Do you think AUID can continue to go to moon? Let's see what it says here for the polls here. 67% believe, heck yeah, can to the moon. All right. But 33% that say, nah, it's going to drop it like it's hot. All right. It needs to drop it like it's hot, drop it like it's hot, drop it like it's hot. I love that song. All right. So as of now, AUID, 67% believe it can continue to go up. Others do not believe it's going to go up. We'll see what goes on. We shall see what goes on. We shall see. We shall see. All right. So as we got going on, let's see what we got going on here. So AUID as of now, 104%. It is trying to stay above that little support line of $2, but it looks like it's pulling back. So we'll see what happens. Has to hold above that descending wedge. If it doesn't hold above that descending wedge and it falls below the VWAP and falls below the descending wedge, yeah, no, that's just a straight up downtrend by that point. So we'll see what happens. Has to hold above that 191 mark as well. So we'll see what goes on. SPHL is up 261%. Let's see how it's doing. Let's see how it's doing. All right. SPHL looks like it's trying to curl above the pennant right here. It looks like it's trying to curl above it a little bit. So we'll see what goes on here. We'll see what goes on. But as of now, SPHL needs to break above the pennant right here. It needs to stay above that pennant. It needs to continue to climb. So SPHL trying to curl off the pennant right there. So we got that going on right there. That is what we got going on. Tua pursues the idea is that as the Federal Reserve gets further along in their money printing this year, the volume will come. Oh, yeah. Hey, look, if it happens, it happens. You know what I mean? If it happens, it happens. I think SPHL will be the stock of the day market open. Hopefully curls hard. It looks like it's trying to curl right now. We got 1 minute till the market opens. We got 1 minute till the bell, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Let's see if the bell makes the ringy dingy. Let's see if it makes the wee woo, ladies and gentlemen. Come on now. Let's get a share party going. Let's get to 1600. 1600, ladies and gentlemen. Remember to take a look at that 4-day trial, ladies and gentlemen. Be sure to check out that 4-day trial for our real-time alerts and scanners for only $9.99. Link to join is in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check that out. We pick a lot of baggers a lot of times. We are just made different, and the early bird gets the cash, ladies and gentlemen. That bell made the ringy dingy. It's making the wee woo. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Come on now. Let's see what happens. Let's see what goes on here. Yes, sir. All right, SPHL as of now, 253%, 253%. Looks like it's trying to curl up a little bit. We'll see what happens. It still needs some more volume as of now. So we got that going on right there. We'll see what goes on. We shall see what goes on. Or hold on 1 second. 1 second. Don't mind this. The scanner is like readjusting to regular hours, so it does that from time to time. It'll do that part one time and then it just continues on. That's what it do. So, as of now, SPHL pulling its way on up a little bit, but it looks like it's got some resistance already right off the bat at $7.86. Needs to break that $7.86 line over there. Yes. So as of now, it's got that going on right there. Looks like it's pulling back a little bit. Looks like it's still pulling back a little bit. So SPHL needs that volume. Needs volume still to really break above the pennant and stay above the pennant. But it looks like it tried. It tried to curl a little bit, but then it pulled back. We got that going on right there. That's what we got going on. All right. Alex says, I think SPHL will be the stock of the day. Market open, hopefully curls hard. I hope so, man. I hope it does. SPHL did have a nice run up 372%. So I will say it already had a very good run. Now it's kind of just consolidating. So that's kind of the thing. That's the only real issue I have here with this stock is that it is consolidating a little bit. So I'm going to probably say that it's still going to stay in this pennant right now, but it has the potential to potentially break above the pennant. I think it potentially could, but it's going to need some serious volume. That's what I think. It's going to need some serious volume. It's going to need some serious attention, and attention has been going to other stocks as of late. So we got that going on as well. You got CJMB, AUID. Those stocks have been putting in some work. So we got those stocks right there. We'll see what goes on. We shall see what goes on, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look at CJMB. CJMB, I think, pulled back. It did have a nice high up, 256%. But CJMB, as of now, needs to break this pennant right here. It is breaking above the VWAP. I will give it that. It is breaking above the VWAP. So that is good. Cal and JMB shares are trading higher after the company announced it signed a strategic teaming agreement with BioStacks Corp. DBA as doing business as the Attune Biotech to provide comprehensive federal oversight services. So they got that going on right there. Bless you, DBL moms. All right. CJMB, as of now, broke above the VWAP right there. So that's a good sign for it. CJMB broke above the VWAP. That's good. That's good news right there. That's good news right there. So it looks like CJMB is now 204% and trying to curl, ladies and gentlemen. It's trying to curl. Can it break the high of 256%? We'll see what happens, ladies and gentlemen, but it is curling. It is curling slightly. CJMB curling slightly right now. CJMB curling slightly. We'll see what happens. We shall see what happens. Can it break 256? We'll see what happens. Two Wheel Pursuit says DFLI. Let's take a look at DFLI. DFLI, let's take a look right here. All right, so DFLI, same issue going on here with this one. It does have low volume. Just by looking at it, it does have some low volume. The float is, let's take a look over here. The float is 11.9 million right here approximately. So it is a bit heavy in terms of float. The volume is 43,000 and change. So we got that going on as well. So as of now, this stock needs some serious volume for it to become so much mexy to me. As of now, it is one of those stocks that needs to really break at it just really needs some volume. That's really what it needs, because there's a lot of indecisive wicks here. Oh, you're in DFLI at 180. Oh, then yeah. If you got in at 180, it's currently $3.94. You pretty much made a profit there. So congratulations, man. You made a profit. I'm glad. I'm happy for you, man. I'm happy for you. If you got into DFLI at 180 and it's now 394, man, you made a profit. I'm happy for you, man. I hope you made a lot of money. I hope you made a lot of money, Two Wheels. I hope you made a lot of money. That's awesome. That's great news. DFLI. Let's see here. So a lot of choppiness. So DFLI needs volume. It needs some volume to really continue to go up, ladies and gentlemen. DFLI needs volume to continue to become so much mexy to nya. Right there. Boom, right there. Okay. So Alex Martinez says, what do you think of Riley? I got in 100 shares at $9.30, hoping to cook off the 200 EMA. Let's see. let's see about Riley. RILY. RILY was on my. It is on my scanner a little bit, so I could tell that there's something going on there. You said you got in at $9.30. Well, you did make a profit. That is for sure. Good news is you made a profit. It is currently at $10.42. However, I will say this: it does have some news that it is trading higher after the company reported a year-over-year increase in Q3 financial results. That's good. However, that being said, it is below the VWAP right now, so that is something to keep an eye on and be careful of. It is below the VWAP as of now. I think it's trying to curl up off the VWAP right here. I made this little descending wedge right here because it does look like it is a potential descending wedge, but it needs to curl off this descending wedge. If it keeps going down, that's just a downtrend, but it looks like it's trying to curl above it right now. So can it potentially curl above this descending wedge and break through the VWAPA? We'll see. We'll see. Right now, it is trying to move its way on up right now. So we'll see what happens here. It does have some good news that they had an increase in their year-over-year Q3 financial results. That's good news right there. Let's take a look at the float. The float is 21 million, so the float is a little bit heavy. Volume is low. That's another thing about the stock. It is pretty low because as of now, RLY does have that going on where it is low volume, heavy float. So we need to see what happens here. But it looks like it is moving down a little bit. So me personally, I don't know if this stock's going to continue to go up. It's going to need some serious volume for it to go up. So RALY, as of now, heavy float, low volume. RILY needs volume to continue to be so much Mexi Tumia. So we got that going on right there. Needs volume. Needs volume. All right. Let's see what else we got over here. Here are all my oil plays: RPX, AMPY, EPM, and SLB. In my view, oil will continue to go down in the short term and bottom out in early 2027. I hope. I don't know. I don't know. But then oil will explode higher. Yeah, I tend to day trade. If they have to invest 100 billion into Venezuela, you could bet oil is going to go higher at some point. I think it's going to go higher, truthfully. As of now, but that's just a guess. That's just me personally. That's just my thought process in terms of oil. But hey, you never know. I'll take a look at the stocks though before I go. RPX. Let's take a look over here. Don't think I see RPX. Let's try AMPY. AMPY. Okay, no. AMPY. EPM. EPM. All right, EPM. All right, we got EPM here. EPM, very choppy as of now, moving its way on downward right there. Needs to break above that VWAP right there. Needs some volume as well. A lot of choppiness, a lot of indecisiveness, down 2% as of now. We'll see what happens here. Float is 31.8%, or 31.8 million, excuse me. Volume is 33.9 million, or 33.9 thousand, excuse me. So as of now, the volume is a lot shorter than the float. So it is one of those stocks that it is moving on some low volume. So that's why there's a lot of indecisive wicks there. EPM needs volume to break that VWAPA right there. So I will put that there. EPM needs volume to break the VWAPA. As of now, that's what it's going to need. All right, but let's see what else we got over here. SLB. SLB. As of now, SLB is also pretty choppy. Not as bad as EPM in that regard, but it still needs to break that VWAP right there. Has Q4 earnings confirmed due in 8 days on January 23rd before market open, so that's good. They did confirm their Q4 earnings. All right. It is currently down 1% as of now. It's a little bit pricey for a stock. It is $46, so we'll see what goes on there. But let's take a look at that float. All right, the float is extremely heavy, 1.3 billion and change. Volume is 1.4 million, so we got that going on as well. So as of now, the volume for this stock is a lot lower than the float. Float is extremely heavy. The price is extremely high. So we'll see what happens with this stock. Can it potentially go up? It is testing the VWAP right now, so that's good. That's a good sign, but it does have a ways to go. It is still very indecisive in terms of its wicks, so we got that going on as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much all the time we got. Oh, Two Wheel says, I'm a long-term investor. I mostly accumulate at the moment. Yeah, I'm more of a trader, brother. I'm more of a trader, but I can respect it. I respect your game, man. I do. I do. I hope all your stocks go up, man. I hope all your stocks go up and you make a lot of money. I hope they do, brother. I hope they do. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, so I'm going to say this. SLB does need more volume. It needs more volume in that regard. But other than that, it is an oil play. Oil play needs volume to become more schmexy to me. But that's pretty much what we got going on. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as ring that bell icon to stay notified when new videos are uploaded. And remember to share, because sharing is caring, ladies and gentlemen. Sharing is caring. And, of course, if you want access to our private Discord, link to join us in the description down below, as well as the pinned comment section. So be sure to check that out. We pick a lot of baggers a lot of times. We're just made different, and the early bird gets the cash, the moolah, the loot, the cashola, the big bucks, I tell you. Looks like CGMB is trying to curl its way on up right now. We'll see what happens with it there. But right now, that's what we got going on, ladies and gentlemen. Has to break that 256% line there. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much it for me. I hope you had a good time. Be sure to check out that 4-day trial for the real-time alerts of the scanners for only $9.99 for the first 4 days. All right, and join the private Discord. That is where we called SPHL prior to its 372% run, ATPC prior to a 105% run, BNKK prior to its 115% run, CJMB prior to its 256% run, and AUID prior to that 141% run, ladies and gentlemen. So that's what we got going on, ladies and gentlemen. Be sure to check that out. You get access to all the scanners over here. You get access to the ticker, price, volume, float, the change in percentage, whether it's moving up or down, all the hyperlinks to all the stocks. That gives you access to their charts. It gives you access to their news, all sorts of amazing stuff there. Wonderful research tool. You gain access to the newsroom over here, which shows all sorts of synopsises of different articles for different stocks. It also gives you a hyperlink to read the full article, and to top it off, it gives you a hyperlink for the ticker that is affected by the news within said article. You gain access to the stock ticker tape, which basically shows all the stocks we are keeping an eye on and all the stocks that are potentially moving. Right now, CJMB is currently moving and trying to test that high a day as well, so we'll see what goes on there. And that actually did just appear on our scanner as well. So it appeared on our scanner. It appeared on our ticker tape. It's moving. So yeah, basically all the tickers that we are keeping an eye on, right? Like CJMB, which just hit 266 and made a new high a day. That's what basically pops up there. So yeah, hold on 1 second. Up 266% new high. And, of course, you gain access to the amazing Indelible community, very supportive group of people. It's a very educational community. It's wonderful. A lot of people there to basically help each other out, help each other grow, help themselves grow, and basically build themselves up and everybody else around them. It is a positive community, wonderful people in it. Honored to be there, honestly. I'm honored to just be there with them and help them out. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And to top it off, you gain access to all sorts of other cool, amazing stuff, such as the other scanners that we have, other than this one right here. This one's just one of the many scanners we have. But also, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to use the Wealth Builder package, all right, the Wealth Builder package gives you everything the real-time alerts and scanners package gives you, plus exclusive Wealth Builder picks, exclusive Wealth Builder content, such as exclusive Wealth Builder educational courses, which have over 500 videos that we have handcrafted ourselves throughout the years. All right, and to top it off, you gain access to exclusive Wealth Builder picks, exclusive access to Coach Dick Money and myself, DBL Nicks, and to top it off, you basically gain all sorts of exclusive access to the chat for the Wealth Builders, because the Wealth Builders have their own chat. They have their own picks. They have their own, chat rooms and all sorts of other cool stuff, and their own educational courses that are exclusive to the Wealth Builders, and access to exclusive behind-the-scenes content and scripts. They get access to our scripts and stuff too for whenever we make any videos and other things. So yeah, that's pretty much what they got going on right there. That is what we got going on. Much love, ladies and gentlemen. Take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys at 1:30 for Power Plays. Power Plays is the show that we have that basically is hosted by the legend himself, Coach Nick Money, and he basically plays power plays. He goes in there, he looks at all the stonks, gives his honest analysis of the stonks in the stock market before power hour, and then he lets them simmer on high heat and get some dubs in Fortnite. That's the plan right there. That's what we got going on, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, that's what we got going on. Much love, ladies and gentlemen. Take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Power Plays, and I'm out of here. I'm here with It's Double Nicks. I love you guys. I'm here with the lovely Serengeti Specialist. She likes to hang around the tall weeds, the high trees, the low seas, hitting them high knees. Sometimes she likes 2 cups of coffee. Other times she likes to jet ski. Sometimes she likes to regular ski. Other times she gets shot at the cannon and she goes, wee! Other times she likes to go to Arby's and watch videos of puppies and kitties. Other times she likes to go and steal my lo mein. Other times she likes to go to Mickey D's, or sometimes she'll go to Burger King, and other times she'll go to Wendy's. But she does go to the stock market and she does call them ABCD. So I will tell you this: she did call some wonderful stocks like SPHL, BNKK, and CJMB. We call her DBL Moms. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Much love. Take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful